So very warm good afternoon to one and all. This side Anurag. I'm the Senior Client Success and Learning Manager at Human Capital. So here we are on the 23rd of March, and that is Monday, start of the week. So let's understand that what are the important news which we are having for today. Then we have a quick look on the economic calendar, and then we'll discuss the technical structures, right? Especially the gold. We have seen sudden fall into the prices toward the downside. So before I start, that oil have extended the rally. This is the news, and the Strait of Hormuz and the Iran issue is still the key catalytic factor which is impacting the market. Then, if I talk about the UK gilt yields, it's same like the bond yields have surges, right? And that is the reason we have seen bearish pressure coming into the precious metals. European stocks slide sharply at start of the week. Gold extended route towards the downside. So these are the important news which we are having for today, right? Now let's have a very quick look on the economic calendar for today. So over here for the 23rd of March, uh, at 4:40 we have the EU bond auction. So this is a very important event which we have to see, and that will have an impact on the European prices, right? And if this figures come more than the previous one, right? So if there is any increase in the interest rates offered on these bonds, so that will be a positive or plus sign for the Euro pairs, and you'll see Euro pairs are getting strength. Moving ahead at 5 p.m., we have the foreign exchange reserve data. So we have to see that how Turkey, any country, is right now managing their foreign reserves, right? So we need to see that towards the US session, we have the Chicago Fed National Activity Index. So it's a economic indicator which we have to see. That will don't have that much of impact into the market. The major impact will come when we have the release of this data, which is the construction spending month on month, right? Because this is a data from the real estate. This will tell us that whether the dollar is going to get stronger or not. If spending is more into the construction sector, that means economy is performing very good. High probability dollar is going to get stronger. After that, at 8:30 p.m. we have the consumer confidence, which is sentimental data, which we have to see, which is continuously into the negative figures, but it is showing signs of improvement. Previously, it was negative 12.2. Now the consensus for 14.4 in negatives. So we need to see this also. Then we have the ECB Sepolan speech. Then we have the short-term bill auctions, right? So this is also very important. So for ECB, we have lots of data, right? For the European pair. So today we're going to see how the EURUSD is performing. So good opportunity will come in the Euro pairs. Now let's move on to the technical charts, right? So without wasting time, here is my gold chart, which you can see on the chart, right? So first, let's have a look on the monthly time frame. A sudden surprise for me that this candle, the candle of the March month, have taken the low of previous 3 months, right? A very strong sharp fall into the prices. Then I checked the gold ETFs, right? The positions, and the North Americans are the number one, right? Almost 6.8, 2.8 billions consecutive days they have booked their positions, right? That means negative ETF values are coming. That means they are booking the profits right now. Here I have mentioned two important zones which I have marked over here by the red line. One is at 4105, 4018. This is a uh, very good order block in a daily time frame, right? The next order block on a monthly time frame I marked with 3449 and 3258. So this is on a monthly time frame, right? Let's have a look on weekly. So this is the weekly, right? Prices have taken this low. Now we need a close, right? And after this, again, chances of a minute correction toward the upside. There might be a pullback, right? And then again the prices will continue to go downwards, right? Let's have a look on a daily time frame, and if you see the RSI also in a weekly time frame, so you can see that over here we have a high and a high, and this is the bearish divergence, right, which is been working right now. Okay, so this is one thing. Second thing, that from this point, why I'm very much optimistic that there might be a reversal is because over here we have a low, here we have a low, right? Now see this price, right? This price haven't gone below the low of this candle, but if you see the RSI, it already went below the low of this candle, even the low of this also. This is called a hidden bullish divergence, which is an indication that probability that in the next week we might see a recovery towards the upside, and next week would be in green. Now let's come on a daily time frame. So on a daily time frame, you can see over here, just give me a minute. Let me share you the chart. So on a daily time frame, you can see that there is a strong green candle. So this is the order block which I marked over here, right? Prices have tested it, and this is my moving average of 156, which have been broken. Right now, there might be a retest. If this moving average is acting as a strong support and prices have breaked it, now just to get the confirmation, I need the retest of this area, right? Although I have a crossover on my 34 and 21 moving averages above, and all the moving averages are pointing downwards, right? Whenever this kind of intersection happens, right, you can also mark the same moving averages into your chart, and if you check the past history, you'll see that whenever this kind of crossover happens, high probability of a minute corrections toward the upside is going to happen, and that correction might test the 4497 or 4500 levels. So that is on the daily time frame. Now let's have a look on a H1 time frame, right? Because we are intraday traders. So over here, this is the last candle which we have seen, which have given a very good exhaustion into the candle, and this candle closes within the range of this candle. So now again, the bears will try to push the prices downwards. If they fail to take the low and without taking the low, if prices get a U-turn for the upside, that is the right time for the intraday traders to take a small buy positions towards the zone of this moving averages, right? So we can take a buy signal into it, right? Now focus over here. We have a fair value gap and a small order block also. So the probability of a small correction toward the downside, instead of taking the low, prices will give us a U-turn and then again went up. If this happens, then this is the thing which we've been waiting, and we need to catch this moment. Now let's move on to the silver. So same is the case with silver, but candle is not that promising, right? We have a green candle. I don't rely on green candles. You can see over here we have a green candle, we have an impulsive movement, but that is not that strong. Instead, if I have a red candle and then if I'm finding a pivotal point forming over here, that will give me more confidence to take buy call, right? So again, the same kind of scenario is happening, but yes, after two green candles, right, still prices are facing difficulty to go above the high of this, right? So within this range, there is no clear direction. If prices again shows is heads up rising towards the this trend line which I've drawn, so I think of taking a buy call, but I need a lot of confirmation. So till the time, silver is looking more choppy to me. And if prices continues to go downwards and come at the 62.00 level, which is a psychological mark, then the probability that prices might take this low is quite high, right? So gold and silver, both the things are giving me a different tone, right? So today I'm going to avoid taking positions in silver. I focus on gold only. Now comes to our favorite, that is the US oil, right? So this is US oil in 15-minute time frame, right? This is the trend lines which I've drawn. So for that, I need to go to the H1 time frame, right? And this is the area which I've marked, right? Prices have breaked it on Friday, which we have seen, right? Taken rejection, right, but haven't gone below the low of this candle and again continue to rise, right, because of the US Iran tension. Now what happens? Prices have successfully given me the high above this swing point, right? So that means this resistance and this blue line, if you focus over here, right, this line, right? So this is the channel which I've drawn, and see this, from this channel prices have taken the rejection and now they are coming at the mid line of this channel. And another thing, that my support and resistance which I've drawn by using the smaller time frame apex of the candles, right, which I've drawn over here, right, apex of the triangles, right, I've drawn this. So this area will act as a resistance, so the probability of a correction towards the upside is quite high from this. So till the time I'm not taking any call, I'm waiting for the prices to come at this level, then I watch the prices, how the prices are behaving. Once the behavior is very clear without any noise, and if they are giving me very good momentum candles toward the upside, that means very good green candles which is consecutively forming and bigger than the previous one, then it's a confirmation. Then I think of taking a buy call again. If alternative scenario, if prices break this level, then I wait for a retest of it, and whatever swing had been made over here, right, over here, which is at around 94.37, right? If prices again try to go below this low, then I'll take a sell call, right, from here, right? It might be very short swing also, right? It might happen within just 2 or 3 candles that we have a very strong red candle, then a green candle which retested, and in the very next candle again prices went down. So whatever swings they have made below that swing, I can place my sell stop for the TP of this channel line, right? So this is for the US oil. Now come to the natural gas. So see, in the natural gas, we have a very strong candle. I marked this candle, and in this candle, I got the confirmation, right? And this is a daily candle, right? Prices again came back into this area, and we have marked that still there is upside room is available. So right now, prices are trading at the mid band of the Bollinger Band, right? And Bollinger Band is squeezing right now. That means there is less volatility, but the probability that the prices might go up is quite high. So if we are an intraday trader, so see, this is an impulsive move. Now, right now, prices are taking correction. So above this high is buy. Otherwise, wait for the next candle. If you find two red candles consecutively very strong toward the downside, then our alternative scenario is going to trigger and probability that prices might go down. But if we see the geopolitical issues which are going on, they are telling us that high probability that prices might go up. Let me draw a trend line also over here, right? So see, this trend line have been broken. Now prices are coming back to retest it. Let this retest once completed, and if prices are getting a reversal towards the upside from here, then we'll take a buy call again. Now, as we have discussed that we are going to discuss the Euro USD, right? So over here I've given the call, but it haven't been executed toward the sell side. Now, whatever data is going to come, that will push the prices again upwards. Okay. But if that data comes more than the expectation or the previous figure which we have discussed, and see over here, we have a very good order block sitting over here and one order block sitting over here. So because we have lot of ECB data, so prices will come down at this level, and from this level you need to watch the price action. If you find a reversal from this point, you can take a buy call in the EURUSD because the fundamentals are also supporting, and we need to give the focus on the current speeches which we have today, right? We have discussed that we have the Cipollin speech, then in the late night also we have the speech, so we need to see that also, right? Till the time it is bearish, and as you can see that you can see my levels which I have taken. Now let's have a focus on the RSI also. So again and again, RSI is continuously keeping itself below the 50 level, which is an indication of a bearish pressure. But yes, this consolidation area and lot of order blocks, and one order block I have marked with this gray area, right? It's very strong. So high probability that prices might go down. And from this point, either from this point, because this is the trend line also, right? Which I've drawn by connecting these two lines. First buy or a short pullback will come into this. Then again, prices will continue to downwards. The good buying opportunity will come from this demand zone, which I marked over here, which is resting at 1.1425. Now, let's move on to the second last segment of the report, that is the indices. So for this, I'm taking the Wall Street 30, right? Let's have a look on a daily time frame. So aggressively it is going downwards, and high probability that it might continue to go downwards. Now let's have a smaller look, right? So see this, that we have a gap down opening, prices went up, then again went down, and right now they are moving in a sideways range, right? So we have a three black crows formations, right? So mark this range, right? Three black crows can be defeated by three white soldiers. So either we need a three green candle which successfully gives me a close above this zone, which is at 4551, then I think of taking a short-term buy call toward the upside. And if this is not the case, in the very next candle, I find a close below the low of this candle, then I'll keep my stop losses above the high of this structure, which is the three black crows, and equivalent to 1:1 or 1:2 restore reward, I'll take into the sell side. Now, let's have a look on DAX also. So on the DAX 15 minute also, prices are kind of getting a sideways movement, right? So yes, you are going to get a very good trading opportunity very soon. So mark this zone, right? Break of this zone is very important. So mark this area, right? I'm taking this high and this low, right? And within this range, prices are continuously trading, right? And majority of time prices have tried to give you the close above the high of, if I draw the mid point, right, or the midline. So prices are continuously keeping themselves or sustaining their grounds above the midpoint, right? So the probability that there might be a short-term reversals toward the upside is quite promising by looking into the chart. Second thing, if you see over here, we have low, low, then lower low. Here we have the higher low formation, which is a bullish divergence, right? Which haven't worked. And the liquidity which are resting below the low has been taken. And from here, if prices are getting a rejection toward the upside, and see this low, and this low, and this low, again we have a bullish divergence. So we need high probability that if we have a green candle which successfully give us a close above this, then we can take or think of taking a buy call, a short-term buy call in the DEX. Then in the next and the last section, we have the BTC USD, right? See over here, we have drawn this trend line, right? Although we've been expecting prices to go take a rebound from this level, but prices haven't given us any green candle, and instead they have break this structure, right, which is the fractal point, and give us the close, which is a probability that downside momentum is quite strong. Now, to take a sell call, I need a fractal above. That means I need a candle which is higher than the previous two candle, and the next two candle fail to go above the high of that candle. If this kind of structure happens in the BTC USD, that will trigger my sentiments to take a long term sell call in the BTC USD, right? Otherwise, prices might take a reversal, and again they'll form a bottom over here and prices will go up, right? So right now, by looking into the current price symmetry, there is no good trade setup is forming right now on a daily time frame. So that's all for my side. I hope you have enjoyed today's sessions, and we try to cover all the market segment within the specific time limit which we have. If you want to know more, comment me in the comment sections, ask your questions, and we'll be giving you the second part to take the confirmations and how to design your TP and SLs according to the ATR values in all the market segments. If you really want to know, so comment me and also share that what else we can add into this sessions. We want to keep this within the 30 minutes time limit. There are a lot of things need to be discussed, but because of we are short of time, right? So you can ask your questions. I will answer all your questions for sure. So that's all for my side. This are it, Anurag. Till the time, have a great trading day ahead. Bye bye. Thank you.